how to make a junk journal out of an old book. Part 1. This part probably is going to be the short part, I think. The first thing you need to do is find a book. I have one here. It's hard. We don't want soft, at least not for this one. The first thing, book. If you need to find a book, you can go online to www.littlefreelibrary.org. Click on the map, find where you live, and it will show you where little free libraries are. Go find a book, any book you want, and then you need to gut it. So you're going to need something sharp. I have an Exacto knife, and then what we need to do is we need to gut this book. So I'm going to open this front cover. Okay. Oh, this one's kind of coming apart. Let's see if we can start at the back. Yeah, that's better. And what we're going to do, you get really lucky if you can get your finger in there. Most of the time, it's glued pretty good. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and pull this straight if we can. And we're going to start at the top and just, so carefully and so slowly go down. Now, you do want a sharp Exacto knife. Mine's not. Hang on. I need to get my pliers because this Exacto knife, you can actually grab your pliers and you see those weird lines? You can break a piece off. And then this goes in the trash. Okay, let's try that again. All right. You don't want to press too hard because if possible, we don't want to go through the actual book part. Now let's turn it upside down. And maybe we'll start right here and go down. There it goes. Oh no, am I cutting through the actual book cover? I don't know. I hope not. I did. Do you see that? That's okay. We can fix it. And wow, this one really wants to come off. So there we go. Over here, we'll just do the same thing. So now what we're left with is a lot of book pages. You can use them in your junk journal projects or use them as glue book pages, to save your desk from icky glue. I'm going to set this aside for a minute. And here's what we've got. Yep. Oh boy, I really did a number on that. It's okay though. It's okay. Let's shut this. And here's the next step. I'm going to see how wide is this spine. It is approximately 2 inches, which that's good for me. 1.5, 2 inches. I can probably do 2 or 3 signatures in this. The next step though, I broke it, but whether we broke it or not, the next step is the same. Grab some tape. I don't care if it's tyvec tape, cloth tape, masking tape, just some sort of tape. And this is not very sticky. Great. You know what? Let's grab the masking tape. I'm going to just walk over here and grab the masking tape. Okay. Boy, I thought I was prepared today. Let's cut this, hopefully, straight. Or straight-ish. And then, well, remember I boogered that, so I want to make sure I get it down properly. It's about the right spot. And I'm going to put this tape down here. Give some pressure, pull, and then I'm going to cut it off right down here. We're not going to see this tape in the end, so it's no big deal. We're just reinforcing this spine. Now I'm going to do another over on this side, and I am overlapping the tape some. And then I'm going to go ahead and try, at least, to cut that tape off. There we go. All right. Make sure it's down in those little weird divots, if you've got any. And then I'm going to do one more down the center. There we go. I'm just going to cut it off down here. So we've reinforced that spine a little bit. It's going to get reinforced some more because we're going to use a scrap piece of fabric, but not yet. What happened here? Oh, that's some old tape. That would have been cool to use if I would have noticed that. Darn it. Now, you may love the cover of your book and not want to do anything to the outside. For me, I'm noticing since it's so old, it's got some damage. So I know that I'm going to cover it, and probably with fabric. So here's what I'm going to do, especially since I cut through that. I am going to go ahead and reinforce with tape on this side. Oh, Dawn, that was way too long. All right, let's just, come on, trim it a little better. Now, if your tape, like my first one, is not sticky at all, you can reinforce that with any kind of glue you want. Not a big deal. I just was lazy. Didn't have the patience. Let's go ahead and put that there. It doesn't matter that it's not flush. Should we redo it? We could. But the wrinkles really don't matter because, again, we're going to go over this with some fabric. And it's going to reinforce it, and it's going to make it pretty. There we go. And one more right down the middle. Ish. I said right down the middle. Oh, boy. Did I say hello? Oh, crap. Hey, guys, it's Dawn with For Grace Creations. Oh, my. Yeah, come along with me while I make a journal from an old book. And this is going to be multiple parts because I don't, like today, I know any moment my grandkids could show up. We've got a thing we're going to tonight, but I was so excited to get a start on this. So here I am. I don't mind long long video, short video. It doesn't really matter to me, but sometimes it is nice to have a short video. So the next step, grab paper. I don't care what it is. I've got a couple printables. One's real thick, one's real thin, because, here they are. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and cover this front piece with this, and I'm going to just kind of line it up here, and I'm going to fold it where I want to cut it, right there. And then I'm going to fold it where I want to cut it, right about there. All right. And then I'm going to do the same to this one. I'm going to line that up here. I'm going to go ahead and fold it over. And it doesn't matter if it's perfect because, again, we're going to put fabric right there. And then we'll just, let's see, I want to line this edge up because I know that edge is straight. Fold it right there. And now I'll just cut right here like this. And yep, they're here. And then I'm going to fold and cut right here. I'm trying to go straight, but again, if it's not straight, it should be okay. And look, we've got some scraps to use in the journal now. This will get glued down here. And then we'll do the same for this one. I think maybe we'll get a straighter cut if I come like this. I don't know, we'll see. Here's one. And then cut it, hello, there we go. We'll cut it down here. That is not going to be straight, but that's okay. And glue. So I'm going to grab a glue book, and I'm just going to use some stick glue. Make sure I get the edges really well. I left the lid off my stick glue for a while, so this is not behaving very well. I mean, I'll make sure we get all the edges done, and then we do want to make sure it's got some in the middle. Boy, this is really sticky. I mean, that's a good thing, right? Oh gosh. And then we'll come over here and we'll line it up about where we wanted it. And we're grabbing Tinkerbell. Smooth it out. That should be good. Oh, and then let's do this one here. Hello? Hello? You can come in. I'm recording, but you can come in. I'll be done in just a minute. What, baby? Oh, it's okay. As long as you don't let Kitty down in here. Unless my art room is clean, she actually knocks things down. But if you're holding her, that's okay.
Okay, put her down.
All right, and then we'll put this one over here. Like that. Where's Tinkerbell? There she is. Okay, I'll be out in a minute. I love you. There we go. I think that is good and stuck. There we go. Ooh, it's coming together already. That has kind of a little divot. But now I want to put some fabric here. And I mean, we do have a green book. Do I have any green fabric? No, not really. So how about like this neutral? I don't know what it is or where I got it. I think somebody sent it in a Happy Meal. It might have been my friend Crystal. So what I want to do is I want it to, let's see, goodness. I want it to kind of hang over here and here. And for sure, cover that. So I think I'm going to just make a little snip, tear, and then kind of lay it here. And then, let's see, make a little snip here. Oh, and now we have more fabric to set aside and use in this journal. And, oh, I like strays, but not that many, boy. Okay, let's get some Fabri-Tac. You could use Elmer School Glue, any PVA, bookbinders glue, even art glitter glue, but I'm going to use this. And I'm going to go ahead and not worry about how wide it is right now. And I'm just going to get these edges here. You see what I'm doing? Because I can come back and do the little spots that I missed. Let's lay this right there. Okay. And I'm going to squish it around to make sure that it's going to stick well. There we go. Wipe the glue off. And then just line that up right at the top. And then I'm gonna do like this. It's gonna hopefully get down in those weird little loop-de-loos, divots, I don't know what you call them. I think that's too much. There we go. And then what I meant was I'll come back here like this and get glue on the edge of the fabric. I think that's a little easier than trying to measure it perfectly. Okay. Give that a press and come to the other side. So, how is everybody doing? Do you have a book? Are you doing this with me? I've got actually probably 8 books I've gutted that I need to do this to. A couple of them, the spines are not wide enough, so I could come back and show you how to deal with that if you want a wider spine. Should I do that? I mean, why don't we do that? Why don't I stop here? Because then that gives this time to dry, and I will come back with one of the others where the spine is so thin that we need to make it bigger in case the books you find don't have a 2-inch spine. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, just set your page aside. I'm already loving it. I mean, I'm not going to decorate the front until I get together the paper, the signatures to go in here. So maybe I'll do that off camera. I'll gather the papers, and then I'll gather the books and the things needed for making a bigger spine to show you how to do that. And I'll come back with part 2 of making a journal out of an old book. So thanks for hanging out with me today, guys. And, well, of course, we have to pull from our Bible promises. And I always try to remember to pull from the front. We have Psalm 112, verses 6 through 7. Surely the righteous will never be shaken. They will be remembered forever. They will have no fear of bad news. Their hearts are steadfast, trusting in the Lord. Can I make a suggestion? When you pull a random Bible verse, you need to go to the Bible and read a few verses before it and after it to see context. That way, we're not ever taking a verse out of context. So I'm going to go do that. Maybe you want to screenshot this or write it down, and you could do the same thing. And I will see you back here tomorrow. Bye, guys.